How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back today to another Jurassic World Alive video. And in this one, I've got some pretty interesting stuff I want to talk about because there have been some plans inside talking with the team and all, and obviously we've got a new sort of not update, but I mean the previous season. Whoa, those are a lot of skins. Oh my God, 2,600 for each. I'm sorry, but you'd have to be crazy to buy this, like any of these skins. I would be tempted to buy this Raja Durixi skin right here. It's a tiger skin. You don't think I want to buy it? Or this Gragonite skin? To be fair, I do like the green skin better, but like, really? Like, 2,600 is expensive for a skin. That's a ripoff if I've ever seen one. Anyone who's wanting to get like a skin, don't buy this. Because I guarantee you they're going to put these again in the market and it's likely going to be half that. Probably 1,300. For 1,300 I might buy it. For 2,600, that's a scam. And I know scams when I see them, so don't buy it. Unless you're like absolutely stacked with bucks, then go, by all means go for it. But I'm not. I spent 9,000 bucks to get my coins back. I don't want to like be broke again. But we've got the Radiant Rampage pass, so this one is probably one of the more better passes we've had lately. It gives you Distortus Rex DNA, Graciloraptor, Aquiraptor, I think, and then Aquisaurus, if my memory serves correctly. That's the legendary. And I'm still stockpiling on Fukuisaurus. I have not been playing this game as much as I should be for the past couple days, just mainly because I've been busy. But because I've also been playing Jurassic World, the game, which has been extremely fun for me lately. I tell you, like, Ludia, ever since they came back, have been absolutely cooking on Jurassic World the game. And my question to you guys, and something that I posed literally at the beginning of the video, is if you want to see that game return back on the channel. Because it's been 4 years since I've last made a Ooh. Oh, that's not a bad Isla. 100 Distortus Rex DNA. Oh, that's a boss you gotta fight. Oh, really? For 100 DNA, that's not bad. What about you? 22 Mutodon. Oh, yikes. Surprise. Gnawing Rampage. Ironically enough, that would be better of a move to put on Mutodon. Wait, is every level a boss stage? Holy, I think every level is a boss stage. Anyway, yeah, so I keep getting distracted. But ooh, I can also level, yeah, go for it. We just had the Aquiliops, event that you can dart. And I wasn't really active too much, and I got like 22 out of like 26, was it? So, not a bad event. Pretty timely. I do expect more Aquasaurus DNA to come around. But, let's see. Yeah, I'm getting absolutely doggy fuses. Okay, so Jurassic World, the game, has been super fun lately, and it's kind of been taking up my time because we have a Compsivinator event going on in there, and I absolutely need to grind it because I have a huge video planned where I just unlock every single hybrid in the game. I say every single hybrid, I mean like every single legendary tournament, like Jurassic hybrid, so to say. And it's going to be a big video. It's been 3.5 years in the making. And I kind of just want to see if you guys want to see Jurassic World the game come back on the channel. I mean, a lot of people have been playing the game lately, and it's been surging in popularity like crazy. Like you've got people like Cappy Reacts playing with, that the reaction YouTuber playing it. I think you've got people like JoJo Games. You've got Sautronak or Sautronic. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering the name. But you've got like these wonderful people playing the game. You've got a wonderful community within the game as well, just being really nice and positive and no sort of toxicity from what I've seen. There you go, there's the 50. That's what we like to see. But it's just been a super fun game lately, and I think I can bring a lot to the table in terms of Jurassic World the game content. Because I mean, yeah, it's just a fun game. So chat, let me know if you'd like to see that game return. I will not. I gotta put a little bit like a disclaimer. I will not be switching Jurassic World Alive to Jurassic World the game. There's another 50. I've done so much for Jurassic World Alive. It would be a damn shame if I quit now just to switch to a game that likely might not even succeed well on the channel. So we'll see. But I've got a lot of cool stuff coming for Jurassic World the game. I've planned for anyway. and I just want to see what you guys think. So drop your comments down below, let me know, and I will absolutely return to that game. This, back to Jurassic World Alive, this ability in particular is what makes Equisaurus especially annoying, because like you get it down to like one flock, it's just going to regen straight back up to two flocks, and it's just going to be incredibly annoying to deal with. So yeah, that's this like ugly flock. I hate this flock already. I fought it in the tournament, and it just absolutely like was a nightmare to fight. It just kept on like dodging and like healing. It's annoying. It's up there with among one of the more annoying legendaries. But the plan for today's video, probably gonna do some PvP. I do have some clips of me fighting some Omegas in the arena. I say some, a lot of Omegas in the arena. I'm talking like Sinraptor, Utai are like the most prevalent ones, Mastodontosaurus as well. I've even fought a few Spinosaurus, Aegyptiacus, a couple of times, and then Geosternbergi also made a surprise appearance. And thankfully, I have not fought Stegosaurus ungulatus because screw that thing. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna be the plan for today's video. Let me know down below if you want to see Jurassic World the game come back. And without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Okay, we got a decent lineup here. I'm probably going to start with Atromolistes, because you always want to start Atro. He's got tier 4. I already know without looking at... Yeah, there you go. I was about to say I already knew without looking at the attack that he was going to kill me. I could try swapping Magnet in. That'd buy me a little bit of time, but... I mean, I don't know how effective that'll be. I'm going to swap. He hits me, kills me, goes down. I bring Beckle Jar. No, that'd actually be pretty good. I get swap prevented, though. I wish Atromolistes, hear me out. This might, annoy a lot of people, but I wish that Atro had swap prevention. It would help it out. Well, swap prevention immunity. It would help it out so much in these mirror matches. I'm talking against, like, Ampelorex, Atro. That's pretty much the only ones. But... it's so annoying because it has 75%, but then the times it doesn't get it, it just feels like it has like 33 or 50. I'm like, what's the point? But anyway, I got a funny story for y'all. So me and the boys, we went out to a steakhouse, right? Went out to get a couple drinks and have some steak and just enjoy each other's company before we had to go back to work the next. Actually, it was a weekend. Yeah, so. We were out, and we were just all chatting, enjoying, and we just see, like, the entire staff, single file line. One of them says, "Hey, everybody, so-and-so has something to say to so-and-so." Oh, shoot, Utai. Okay, I thought he was gonna go for, ferocious heal. Yikes. Oh, I can't do nothing against that. He's just gonna kill me. I'm gonna try this. Hopefully he goes for heal. No, okay. I forgot how strong Utai was. That's so embarrassing. GG, that sucked. So as the story goes, after that horrendous loss that I just took, so the staff lines up. The front of the staff says, "Hey, everybody. So-and-so wants to say something to so-and-so," right? Cute couple. Both of them look like they're in their early 20s. Although the guy, I will say, didn't look a day over 10. I do have friends who are 26, and yet on their driver's license, they just look like they're 5. And maybe this guy was in his mid-20s. Who knows? But they just looked extremely young. Just looking at their faces, she looked like she was 20. He looked like he was not literally 15. And here's the thing, I don't have problem with, young marriages. Me personally, I want to live out my 20s, and then I want to get married in my 30s. I think marriage is something that everyone should go for, in my opinion anyway, and it's just the way life works, but I'm not one to decide that. Anyway, the story is, he gets down on one knee, he has the little tripod camera at his table, and then the friends to the side are recording, and he says, "Do you want to marry me?" Now, before I say what happens, I just want to say to every, gentleman out there who's wanting to propose right now, probably nobody yet, But to those who are planning on proposing, do not propose to your lady in public. That is the absolute last thing you want to do. Here's why. Your lady loves you, and she does not want the entire world seeing her business, right? She does not want the entire world crowding around her, seeing a reaction, and she feels forced that she has to give a yes. Otherwise, or she is forced that she has to give an answer. Otherwise, she doesn't have to do that if it's just you two. So, do not propose to your lady in public. Propose to her like maybe at the first place you guys met, or just had your first date. Maybe at a nice little park with a nice pond, or maybe even in your house. You don't even have to do it at a fancy spot. You could just get down on one knee in your living room while you guys are watching TV and say, "Honey, would you marry me?" And then it'll probably go better than doing that at like a sports event, which is stupid by the way. At a restaurant, also stupid because there's just faces around. There's cameras everywhere. She feels pressured. She doesn't want to do this. So that's my little that's Tiger's dating advice 101 for y'all. Do not propose to your lady in public. Anyway, back to the story. He was like, "Do you want to marry me?" And she covers her face. She's like, "Oh my good God, golly gee willikers, whatnot." And she's like, "Right here, right now?" He's like, "Yeah, right here, right now? Yeah!" And then she said, I feel so bad, but she just started crying and she ran off to the bathroom. I'm like, oh shit. I'm not laughing at him getting stood up. I'm laughing because I feel bad that he likely spent a good sum of money, a good sum of his money on that ring. He planned this all out, and she just ran to the bathroom, and he was just like he was still in the pose, just looking up at her, quote unquote, but she wasn't even there. He was just standing there like, well, that happened. Didn't even move. He even acknowledged that. He was just like still there in that same position, just like processing what just happened. It was the saddest thing ever. And GG to Junior. Anyway, moving on. It was the saddest thing. And then the waiter comes up behind him and just says like, He just puts his he just does that little timeout motion. He's like, nope, no bill for you tonight. This is all on the house. I was just like, oh my God. And then the lady behind me, this 40-something-year-old, she instantly starts recording everything. And I want to say, lady, this is not the time. Karen, not the time. He just got stood up on. Likely will never recover from this. Likely will never get a girlfriend again. But I'm like, how fucked up do you need to be to record this? They're young. Let them do this together. You don't need to record this and let the entire world see. Because now his face is likely going to be out there. Her face is likely going to be out there. And there was a collective gasp within this little group of people. They were just like, oh my God, he just got stood up on. And I felt bad. One of our friends was laughing. Granted, he was drunk, but I'm like, bitch! I don't know what happened to my voice there. But I'm like, brother, how messed up do you gotta be to laugh? If that was you, I literally told him, next time you propose and you get stood up on, I will be wheezing my ass off. Because there is no possible way. This guy is probably not too much younger than you, and you're laughing at him. Put yourself in his shoes. Me, myself, I would be absolutely devastated if that happens. I don't want anybody laughing at me. So I can absolutely sympathize with that young kid who got stood up on. I say kid. He's an adult. But, he just looks like... He looks like he could be the next face of Gerber. But, moral of the story, do not propose to anybody in public. That was the first time I've ever seen that happen. I don't know about you guys. I've seen it happen on TV a lot. I've seen it happen on Instagram, but I've never seen it happen in real life. And my jaw just dropped. I was just like, wow, this actually happens. This isn't fake. So, Masto. Oh, that's not gonna go well for me. Oh, it's quicker as well. I forgot that a faster Masto can absolutely screw up Beckel. Ooh. Who is this? Is this IDGT? This is probably IDGT. I just realized. I wasn't even checking the game, but this is likely IDGT because he has that stupid deer icon. Oh, and then Master can just spam Bulwark, and then it's just gonna kill me with Leader Leech. Oh, that's not good. But yeah, moral of the story, just I feel so bad for that guy. If he's watching this video, I sympathize with you. I feel for you. I don't know your pain. I can't say that I know how you feel. But I can absolutely feel terrible for you. Just seeing all that happen and getting like rejected. I don't even know where she went. She likely, I'm pretty sure she like left the restaurant entirely, but probably not because he likely drove her there. So she was like, "Yeah, so can you like drive me back? I mean, I know I just stood you up, but like I kind of need that ride back home." He's like, "Yeah, sure." But another, I guess, funny story is while we're on the topic of doing presentations in public, school presentations, right? I've never really been one to be nervous of school presentations, but we had to deliver this 30-minute talk on like waterways, dams, and their threat level, right? And me being me, I felt like I was a pretty good presenter. I mean, I used to try to channel that energy. Well, going on to my special videos now, I try to channel my presenter voice into these videos, and that's exactly what I used to do back in college. And I don't know, it was like half an hour talking about like the threat levels and giving a bit of a debriefing was just super heavy on me, and I was just like nervous. I was like, and I was just nervous, and my friend at the time, she was like, "Hey, these smelling essential oils, they're really handy. You should try one." And I just take like a little bit of whiff. I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty good. It has like a minty peppermint flavor." And she was like, "Take this." And so you might have thought, "Oh, this is definitely a drug deal going on," but no, it actually calmed me down. And she said, "Just take a smell of this, and you should be fine. Your nerves should be more relaxed." And I'm like, "Okay, bet. This seems like something I can get behind. Just kill me, holy!" He just keeps spamming Bulwark when he can absolutely kill me. Oh my god, I hate people that just like prolong the fight when they know they can kill you. Anyway, so it's the next day. We're about to be called up. I excuse myself real quick because I'm like, okay, I gotta go wash my hands, gotta go use the bathroom. So I take out that essential oil, right? I don't know what was going on in my mind, but I was just like, oh yeah. And then I went in for another smell just to like be absolutely sure. I was just like, oh yeah, that was good. That's like, I was definitely. Why don't you kill me? Why don't you kill? Go for your like. Why is he not killing me? Kill me. You have the chance here. You can go for Leader Leech. You can do it. I don't know why you're not. Can kill me now. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh, it's so annoying. They just spam granted I wasn't paying attention. I don't know if he had it or not. But he can absolutely do it. Oh, it was practice cat. Okay. It wasn't even him. Okay. Anyway, so so I was all shaky. You would have thought I just like inhaled like every sort of drug on the planet, but no, I inhaled all of this, and I guess I misread I guess I misheard what she said. You're not meant to inhale it like you are with like fresh air when you step outside. You're meant to just go like that. But no, I did like 20 times the amount you're like supposed to healthily smell it. So I was already like, I felt really calm though. I was like, okay, I've never felt this calm. This is actually working. This is the strat. This is the meta. No, about 3 minutes into the presentation, I can feel myself sweating. I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? And like my friend, we're just gonna call him Tony, right? He looks over at me, and then he whispers to my partner who's on my left, and he's like, I can hear him say, "Is Tiger okay?" And I'm like, what do you mean am I okay? I mean, it's just hot in here. Of course I'll be sweating. I'm presenting in front of like 35 people. Why wouldn't I be? But then I just start feeling like really hot. I'm like, holy. Like, I had a suit on as well. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take out my handkerchief. I'm just going to like, gently like dot my face. And then I realized I forgot it. And then I'm like, and then my inner voice, it's telling me, "Oh, Tiger, you're screwed up. I mean, you're hot. You're sweating. You're gonna. It's only gonna be worse from here." But then I'm like, okay, I can bounce back from this. So I'm presenting, and I don't even remember a whole lot, but it just started getting hotter. Like speaking started to feel as if I was breathing fire, and I likely caught on probably 7.5 minutes into this presentation. Like, okay, I think I just got chemical poisoning because the way I inhaled it, my nose was starting to flare up. My face, according to people, was starting to turn red. Like it was red like a tomato. And people were genuinely concerned, but they don't know what was going on. They've never seen me like this. So I was downright just in excruciating pain. Like my chest was starting to swell up, and I was like, like that. Like I had to cough. Most painful thing ever. I'm not even gonna give the advice to people to not do what I did. But if you're in that situation for whatever reason, don't cough. It'll only make it worse. Like whatever pain, the best way I can describe it is if like it's eating a spicy chip, but all like the spicy residue is in your saliva. So when you swallow, the pain is gone. But when you swallow, it just like comes back 20 times harder. And I was just like. Every thought was racing in my mind now. I'm like, am I going to die? Am I even going to finish like this presentation? Let me tell you, anxiety and nervousness was the last thing on my mind. Presenting in front of 35 people, last thing on my mind. The first thing on my mind now was, oh my God, am I even going to like make it out of this classroom alive? I've got a suit on. And I just start feeling like sweat like dripping down my forehead. I'm like, holy, I just got doused in sprinkler water. I look like I got doused in sprinkler water anyway. People are going to think I'm nuts. They're going to think I'm crazy. But no, I'm just... I didn't even know what was going on. I was just like, why am I feeling this much pain? Okay, fun police POV. I just gotta drop in real quick. Isn't it embarrassing that this guy with like level 35s, level 34s is losing to someone with a level 26? I think that's pretty embarrassing. And then he brings in Bekel Jar, so like we know what gets him his wins. We know it's not obviously like the brains. We know it's just the sheer amount of moolah this guy has spent on his account. Anyway, back to the story. I was over here like breathing became hard. Like I was like, and then like my friend, he whispers in my ear. He's like, dude, do I need to get you some water? I'm like, no, I need to finish this presentation. I will not let myself step off for something so stupid, especially if it's my fault. If it's something that, like, if it's a perfume someone spritzed on, like, way too much, which, I know those people exist, and I was struggling to breathe, that's something else. Maybe then. But no, this is entirely on me, so I'm going to take the fault and responsibility for all this. Okay, I'm just going to let him kill me because this is just boring, and I wasn't even talking, but, let's see, who was it? We all know what carries this guy. This guy almost lost to a 26 Titano. Okay, let's see. Who was it? Cuck ROTB. Okay. Alright, yeah. I'm not surprised. Anyway, so back to the story. I mean, there's really not much to say. It was just going on for a super long time. And it started to calm down, like, I guess 15 minutes in. But 20 minutes in, it was just like, it was probably the most pain you can ever feel. Because, like, breathing started to get harder, and like there's just like a single tear like that was like forming in my eye, and people started like I think some people without context, not that they had any to begin with, but they probably thought like, is he crying from like talking about a dam? And I'm just like, that thought is rushing through my mind now. I was telling myself, okay, people are gonna think you're crying over a dam. They're gonna be thinking that like you're crying over this, you're crying over that. This is not gonna be really good for your reputation. I'm just telling my mind, shut up. But it was just pain. Like I was thinking this was gonna go away for like 5 or 6 minutes because sometimes I did other times I did like accidentally like smell too much, but and then like that pain like was stinging, and then it went away for like after a couple of minutes. But no, this was just like getting worse and worse and worse, and I was just like getting really really nervous on where this was gonna go. But thankfully, I managed to finish the presentation. I stepped out. My two buddies followed me. Bless their hearts, they were like extremely like worried, And I was like, I have to blow my nose. This is going to solve all my issues, and I'm going to be completely fine. I blow my nose, and everything that I had just felt, everything in that 30 minutes, like a tidal wave, just came crashing right back into me once I blew my nose. I was about to scream. I was like, I was trying so hard not to like curse every single like word I knew because the pain was agonizing. The pain was the most pain I think you can ever feel in such a short burst of time. Everything that I just felt within that 31 minutes was just like packed into 5 seconds. And I was just like, oh, it was burning. It was terrible. And then I sat down next to everybody. And then I started to hear people were like sniffing. I'm like, I hope that's not me. And then one of the girls leans over. It's like, is that you? I'm like, me what? It smells like a peppermint candy. So I had smelled so much of that essential oil that my pores were leaking the scent. And people thought like I'd sprayed some cologne on myself and I smelled like a peppermint candy. Luckily, after like about an hour or two, the pain started to like go down. But I guess moral of the story, don't inhale that much essential oil. It's not good for you. Not good for your health. Not good for you. I likely got poisoning from that. So don't do it. It is terrible. I would highly not recommend it. Back to the fight at hand. I'm surprised he didn't swap out, because it is a level 34 Spinotops. I would think that you would want to save that. Let's see. What do you got here? He should die. I don't think he's that resistant. He's not that resistant to bleed. Okay. What do you bring out, dude? Really curious. Oh, Geo! Oh, that's cool. You just got a new buff lately. Okay. So you got 6750 health, 3400 attack, and 139 speed. Okay, is he resistant to bleed? Okay, gnawing rampage. That definitely kills. I'm gonna hope that Sarah Stegotops can punch enough. See, that's why. Again, that's having that impact is good, but in these cases, not so much. Okay, so the bleed should kill him here. I'm hoping that the bleed gets him. Oh, 7,700 damage. Okay, 15 health. Okay, I got really nervous there that he was gonna kill me. He had like 150 critical damage. I got really nervous. Oh my god, yes! What an insane win. 40 cups against the top shores player. GG.